What's up everybody, 24/7 Bricks here, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be continuing the Mini Moc series. This is season 6, episode 4. If you do like this video then please like, share and subscribe as it really does help me out, and we'll hop straight into today's video. So jumping straight into the build discussion, for those of you that are new here, I like to do these at the start of my video to give you guys a rundown of all the different colours and texture variations that we're going to be using in today's mock. Now we've got a couple of different colours here. We've got the sand and the medium nougat, which always goes quite nicely together, and I want to do another cobblestone path in this mock. However, I want to use more of the dark grey than the light grey, and I've got a bunch more sand blue tiles that I can use as well. So hopefully this path will turn out a lot different than the previous ones I've done, but you guys can just see that in the mock when it's finished. Now we're going to be running through all the plants. Again, few plants here, not too many like in previous mocks. We've got the medium nougat or dark orange bush here, and we've got the dark orange leaf peas, as well as we've got the orange studded like leaf here as well, and we've got the brown sort of stem or reed or some, I guess they're teeth, I don't really know what the piece is called, and we've got the sand green stem. So now we're going to hop straight into a time lapse. You guys can watch me build this mock. Hopefully this one should turn out quite nicely, as I've kind of been wanting to do this one for a while. So let's just hop straight into it. As the Jedi General leads his men toward the enemy positions, they have to take a rocky path which could potentially be laid with booby traps. His men follow close behind with the minesweeper ahead in front, checking for any booby traps. When all of a sudden in the distance an explosion is heard, an ATRT that was scouting the path ahead hit a mine that was undetectable, and unfortunately the driver perished in the explosion. So this is the mock complete. I'm going to give you guys a quick 360 of the mock so you guys can get a clear overall view, so you guys can see all the details that this mock has to offer. Now I'm actually really incredibly happy with how this mock turned out, considering a few different types of issues and problems I've faced, which we'll discuss in the overall mock review. Now if you guys do like this video and you keep finding yourselves coming back to the channel, then please consider leaving a like, sharing and subscribing, as it really does help me out. Comment down below if you enjoyed this mock, and we'll hop straight into the overall mock review. Now finally, to conclude this video, the overall mock review. Now I'm actually really happy with how this mock turned out, considering a few different problems I faced. Now the first problem I faced is that I wanted to do a cobblestone path, but I wasn't too sure on how to go about doing it. I've always done a few different cobblestone paths, but they always look the same, but I wanted to try something and do something a little bit different. Now for the path, I actually decided to do more of the sand blue and dark grey, which gives it a lot more darker colours and it makes it look a little bit more different, which I'm actually really happy about. Another problem I faced as well is I wasn't too sure what textures to go for the groundwork. However, I decided to do something a little bit risky and go for two colours that I don't really have very many pieces of, so there is not very many angles when it comes down to the groundwork, but I tried my best to use a lot of curves, slopes to develop the terrain to make it look a little bit more better and take your eyes off sort of the less angles and slopes. A second problem that I had was plants and figuring out what kind of plants I wanted to do, and I wasn't too sure because I didn't want to repeat anything or do something similar to what I've previously done. So I did come up with a different type of plant, which was these little stem pieces with the bulbs on the end, and I think they turned out pretty cool, to be honest. I think they're probably one of my favourite plants that I've ever done. Now to add a little bit of height to the mock, I added the ATRT on the right side, which looks excellent, and I did decide to add an explosion in the bottom of the ATRT, making it look like there is something going on, so it's not just plain and boring, and it's just the clones walking along a simple path. I would definitely like to explore this mock or this sort of groundwork or planet again, so please let me know down in the comments below if you think I should. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you do think you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe, as it really does help me out, and I'll see you next week.